You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Star Radio UK and the Morning Show.
Enlighten your day with Star Radio. Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Call the studio now. Call the studio now. Call the studio now.
All around the world.
This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
All right then, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Today is Tuesday, the 20th day of January, the year 2026, and it is the Starr Radio UK morning show with you and me, your one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie. This is the morning show with Archie.
All right, then. So from now till exactly 12 or thereafter, I'm going to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. If it's making the headlines, be rest assured of one thing, that I'm going to be touching on it. But wherever you are, let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, who were trying to do some data thing there, trying to sort things out before we came on air. So that took a bit of time. And you know, with all these systems, but wherever you are, massive good morning to you. Let me say good morning to my baby sister Delta. Hey, sis, hope you are doing very, very well. Good morning to mom. This is Ryder Hammond. Massive good morning to you, mom. We'll be seeing you pretty soon. Yeah. Okay then. Let me say good morning also to all presenters on Starr Radio UK. Mr. Frank Davies of Mr. Olayomi Koiki, KB Bosman, Vicky Newton, Empress Regina, and every one of you, wherever you are, HRH Linda Palian, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, I salute each and every one of you there. To my brother Felix all the way in Aberdeen, massive good morning. And then let me say good morning also to no other one but the one and only Bishop Adesina Anthony Adedeji Shamsuddin. Massive good morning to you. All of you who watch or listen to us live on Koiki Media platforms, Yoruba Nations platform, United States of Biafra platforms, we want to salute you there as well. And I want to take this opportunity to say good morning to Mame Kwabia in Croydon, and good morning to Eben all the way in Cape Town, South Africa. Antonio, good morning to you there as well. And let me say a massive good morning to no other one but the one and only Atta Kofi. Massive good morning to you, Nianana George, Chief of Ashaman. I salute you. But today happens to be the birthday of my daughter Eresi Delta Eresi Hammond. Yes. Massive good morning to you, Princess. I say, may the good Lord continue to bless you, and I wish you a happy, blessed birthday. There, we'll catch up later in the evening. I know you'll be in school by now, but you know that your dad sent you a message, yeah? So I sent you that message, right? Good. All right then. Do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones, and invite them to like our pages as well. If you are celebrating a special day, or maybe you are in a time of distress or anything, I want you to understand that we are with you. Starr Radio UK wishes you all the best in all your endeavors. Massive good morning to you. Let me say good morning to May Queen. It was a wonderful time yesterday. Yes, our meeting was quite a fruitful one. We'll catch up later. I know that you also be listening in this morning. But wherever you are this morning, this is how the program is going to go. I'm going to bring you the code for the day. The weather forecast will follow suit. Then we'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. Then after which, we continue from Denza. At a quarter to 12, the line will be activated. We'll continue to make sure we bring you everything that you need to know. Then after which, we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program. So in a gist, that's what's going to happen. But wherever you are, don't touch the dial. This is Starr Radio UK. And of course,
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
All right then, let's move on. Yeah. So the question of the day says, are you motivated by your own selfish desires, or you have a greater sense of responsibility? Well, I wanted to answer the question for yourself. Yes? I wouldn't say much there. Let me just leave it like that, because people know that I have lots to say, but today I decided to be quiet on that. Mr. Kofi Ali Abdul Yakin, massive good morning to you there as well. Okay, so moving on straight to the weather front. What have I got for you? For London and the southeastern part of England, well, I mean, a milder day today. It's going to be turning brighter this afternoon. Cloud will spread eastwards later on with spells of rain in the evening. It's going to be a breezy day. Now, tonight will start with spells of rain spreading to the east as the night progresses. Rain will become patchier before easing away, and cloud will break, allowing clear spells to develop. So yes, but the temperature is going to be 11 degrees, a bit milder, hey, and then 6 degrees lowest. UV level is going to be low, pollution is going to be low as well. Sunset 16:29, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:55 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. Let's go on to the travels. And what have I got news for you? Yes, of course I have. On the underground this morning, the Bakerloo line is experiencing minor delays on the entire line, the northern line as well, severe delays on the entire line. And then on the overground, we have severe delays on Windrush between West Croydon and Sydney. So please check it out. But that aside, every routes on DLR, London, Tramlink are all running good or offering good services there. Now let's move on straight to the major roads in London, the A roads, and let me tell you what's happening there. On the A roads this morning, apart from the A3 that is experiencing several delays, all the others have no exceptional delays there, so you'll be going through them like no man's business. Now the River Bus is running a good service, the London Cable Car good service there as well, bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. As I say, keep your eyes on the roads, as keep navigated, our promise, our bond. Now the Gatwick Express, Great Western Railway, South Western Railway, Southern, Thameslink, and Transport for Wales are all offering special services. That aside, all the others are running a good service. On that note, as I will say it once I do, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Yeah, let's take a commercial and I come back to you. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactement 11:24, and let's go global trotting. All right then. So what's happening across the globe this morning? Need I say more? Well, Trump says UK handling over Chagos Island sovereignty is act of great stupidity. The US president says the UK giving away the island for no reason whatsoever is one reason he wants the US to own Greenland. In May, the Trump administration backed the deal. But now, because they want to take Greenland, they said that, well, the decision that we're making at the time, maybe you didn't look at it well, but we don't back it. So, well, we'll come to that. More details coming from the plans for huge Chinese embassy in London approved by government after debate over security risks. All right, then, let's see. I mean, looking at everything that is going on, rather you suck up to maybe China, because at least you know that President Xi is kind of level-headed, right?
Yeah. Strong and stable. We'll be talking about that, so don't go away. In other stories as well, as we move on quickly, because Trump says no going back on Greenland plans as EU chief vows unflinching response. There are some stories making the rounds there. So what do you think will happen? Now Trump says he will 100% carry out Greenland tariff threats as EU vows to protect its interests. Are the leaders going to retaliate or what? Okay. And then in other stories, Europe is a total loss. Russia gloats over Greenland tension. Because, of course, so that's put the wind in sails of Russia, and they will go on to perpetrate any act. So, well, I think it's about time we call Zelensky to come to the table and say, look, cede Ukraine out to Putin and everything will be all right. And just leave. Maybe you can get sick asylum somewhere. Maybe they'll give you a place to live in the UK, since we are the ones who champion the cause very well there. But we'll be talking more about that in a moment. Wherever you are, don't you go away. In other stories as well, 12 school children killed after bus collides with lorry in South Africa. And Bobby Wine tells the BBC that from his hideout that he will not contest Uganda election results in court. He doesn't want trouble. You want to contest? Everything there belongs to them. So what do you want to really contest? But a strong man, Yoweri Museveni, says, I won. What can you do about that? All right then. And Anthony Joshua's driver appears in court after crash that killed 2. All right. And then other stories making the round. Nigeria police deny reports of mass church abduction in the north. So how did it come into the news? All right, we'll be following very closely and we'll try to get more information pertaining to that. Okay, let's move on. Now, still on the world front, Palestinian children football pitch faces Israeli demolition ultimatum, and clashes reported after Syria and Kurdish-led forces agreed ceasefire. Well, there are still clashes going on. 2 babies die in incident of unlicensed Jerusalem daycare center caused by who? All right, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A surfer has been injured in the 4th shark attack in Australian state in 48 hours. Well, the sharks are out for revenge. Now, Australia Parliament votes for tighter gun controls after the Bondi shooting. All right, let's see how that pans out there as well. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And moving on to other parts of Africa as well, before we take a break. Well, Uganda's opposition leader, Kizza Besigye, is in critical health while in jail. The health of jailed Uganda opposition figure Kizza Besigye is failing, his party said on Tuesday after he was driven overnight to a medical center. You see the man, even without any, you know that the man is not feeling great. But hey, now former Burkina leader and alleged coup plotter arrested in Togo and expelled. Woo. All right, we'll tell you more about that. Africa Cup champion receive hero welcome or return to Dakar. The Senegalese, and we celebrate them as well. So coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, in Nigeria, interesting, you know, like the DSS, I told you they are a law unto themselves. It says that DSS has detained Ogun pastor over campaign for good roads as Governor Abiodun clamps down on critics. He says that, well, you have to make sure you build good roads for us or construct good roads for us, and then the DSS come to arrest him. However, unlike previous encounters, the pastor was not allowed to leave the DSS facility and has since been placed under detention because it says the roads are not good. So you just suck up to it or just be quiet. All right then, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, it is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in
London. Now, IMF has raised Nigeria's 2026 growth forecast to 4.4. What is Tinubu doing right there? Quite an interesting one there. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. In Ghana as well, 3 more suspects in 2024 at Abraka Gold Jewelry Shop robbery. Is then arrested? Operator case at Arthur Kennedy at his voluntary return. We'll see. Will he be extradited or what? We'll see about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Association for Suicide Prevention raises alarm over violation of World Health Organization guidelines in suicide reporting in Ghanaian media. Does it happen there? Well, of course. Mental health and all those bit that goes on and stress. Well. And tensions have risen ahead of MPP flag bearer race as election watch. Ghana calls for tight security. What's going to happen there? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's meet and fight. Really? Solomon Owusu films after alleged insults from UG's George Dumfair. Well, if they couldn't George, they're going to be Now, you want to know more about that? You got to stay tuned because I'm going to bring you more on that front. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Ayiko to though is back in trial in absentia for Ken Ofori-Atta. Do you think that is good, or should he be extradited? Well, some people are picketing at the U.S. Embassy in Accra to call for the repatriation of or extradition of Ken Ofori-Atta to the country. Now, what do you think about all that? There's a lot more going to be coming your way. So wherever you are, don't go away. This is Starr Radio UK. We take a quick break so I can have a sip of some water or anything of the sort. You can have yours as well. Depending on where you are, you want a cold drink, you want a hot drink or whatever, make sure you get it whilst we take this quick break, and we will be back with you. Stay tuned and don't tap the dial. Starr Radio UK.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me say good morning to Sister BB Clement. Yes, one of the other presenters, former presenters on Starr Radio UK as well. I salute you, and to Mr. Clement as well. I salute each and every one of you there. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Now let's bring you the details of the stories making the round. So, on one hand, we all agreed, let's leave it. If the UK was going to give that island back to the original owners, that's Mauritius, that was okay. Then suddenly, it happens that because of a quest by a group who, or an individual who want to acquire another place, they say, you are very stupid for leaving that island that we're talking about. The US President Donald Trump has described the UK's deal to hand the Chagos Island to Mauritius and lease back a key military base as an act of great stupidity. Now, months after he endorsed the move, just bear with me. Okay, months after he endorsed the move, the UK signed the 3.4 billion agreement in May. That is $4.6 billion, under which it will retain control of a UK and US military base on the largest of the island, Diego Garcia. Previously, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio hailed it a monumental achievement. But on Tuesday, Trump called the deal an act of total weakness and said it was among a very long line of national security reasons for his efforts to acquire Greenland. The UK government spokesperson said it will never compromise on our national security as a nation. But the question once again here this morning that we are posing is the UK vulnerable by giving this land back to the people of Mauritius, or, as Trump is saying, it's stupidity in its highest degree, and shows that the country or the leader of the country has got no backbone? What do you think exactly is happening there? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time to what? 11:36, and it is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. All right then. So now, previously, as I did say, the UK government spokesperson said it will never compromise on national security. In a post on his Truth Social platform on Tuesday morning, Trump said, shockingly, in quotes, our brilliant NATO ally, the United Kingdom, is currently planning to give away the island of Diego Garcia, the site of a vital U.S. military base, to Mauritius, and do so for no reason whatsoever. There is no doubt that China and Russia have noticed this act of total weakness. He added, the UK giving away extremely important land is an act of great stupidity, and is another in the very long line of national security reasons why Greenland has to be acquired. Now the question has been, listen, if this is a base, or we have an agreement with you, this country, that we are placing our military hardware, having a military base and everything in your area, there is an agreement. You will not see the land whatsoever to any other group. Let me put it that way. Okay? Can that be agreed upon? So, like I was talking about Greenland the other time, was it yesterday or the day that was Friday or thereabout? I was looking at the fact that, look, if it is security that you are looking at, you can you can go into terms of agreement with them and say, we're going to be placing more security in that particular place, and NATO can say they can have a military base because Greenland is part of Denmark is part of NATO. Okay, the semi-autonomous region, so they are all under NATO. So NATO's presence in that place could do it. However, they don't want to acquire. They want to say that this is ours. So is it because of the security that you are going in there, or is it because you want to take the earth minerals? Which is which? So in the same vein, when it came to the Chagos Island, now those people who own the land, the Mauritius people, have been demonstrating and pushing, because back in the day before they took the land, they took people off that island, drove them, took their lands from them. So now that you are saying that you want to acquire Greenland, are you going to say some people are illegal or whatever and you want them out? What is going to happen there? Well, I know that as far as... okay, I wouldn't say that. I was warned that I shouldn't be saying something. So I'm not going to say that. But what do you think exactly is happening? And well, he's gone on further to say, we are going to 100% place sanctions on any country that says they don't want us to acquire Greenland. That is the president saying that. But if you look at the distance between UK and the Chagos Island, we're talking about a distance of almost 5,799 miles or 9,332 kilometers away from the UK. And they say they own that island. So it's between the Seychelles, Sri Lanka, and Mauritius. Around that bit, that's where that island bit is. But what do you think? So, can we say, let me take Ghana, for example. I don't know which other islands are closer to Ghana. So, we think that it doesn't belong to Ghana. So, if you are listening to us, or it doesn't belong to Nigeria, we want to acquire it for security reasons, and therefore we'll do anything to get it, to put our troops there. By hook or crook. Do you think that is fair? Do you think that is fair? So the question that I've been asking the whole of virtually the beginning of the year has been that international law that guides against people invading other people's territory and recognizes people or countries as sovereign. Has it been thrown out of the window? And is there a need for us to continue to have the UN? There's no need. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are saying, nobody gets a hoot about it. He who wields power, and when I say power, I'm talking about might and financial might, is the one who just continues to take over. So other small countries and stuff like that. Now, so when I listen, I look into this story, then I ask myself the question: so how will the foreign entities who are looking at back in the last 2 years, last 3 years, we'll be talking about the Biafrans in the what do you call that place in Nigeria, where they have the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, who is now incarcerated. He's a British citizen as well. He has dual citizenship, but he's now incarcerated and he's in a prison there. Who will stand for them? Because we were talking about the fact that if people say that, look, we want our independence, we want to break away, then we said that give them the chance for them to have a vote. Let's see a consensus to see whether a majority of the people decide they want out. But with everything that is going on now, it doesn't look like that. Whosoever has got the power to stop the other from acquiring whatever can just... But what a world. And you know, interestingly, countries that were getting nuclear weapons and stuff like that, they came in, they coerced them. They told them nothing is going to happen. There's a new world order, and we're going to make sure that everything goes very, very well, and you are protected, so you don't need it. And they took it away from them. And now, lo and behold, look at Ukraine. If Ukraine had maintained its nuclear power or weapons, do you think they'll find themselves where they are now? No. Because they can also shout. They can also make some noise. But well, it seemed not to be the case. But wherever you are listening to us from, this is Starr Radio UK. And what do you think about that? At 11:44, I'll be opening the lines pretty soon. Don't you worry. But before we leave the UK, plans for a huge Chinese embassy in London have been approved by the government after years of debate over security risks. The decision is now final unless it is successfully challenged in court, Housing Secretary Steve Reed has said. National security is our first concern, the government says, adding that the intelligence agencies have been involved throughout the process. Now, Shadow Communities Secretary James Cleverly calls the move a disgraceful act of cowardice. Now, while the Liberal Democrats say it's Keir Starmer's biggest mistake yet. China border at the side of the proposed new embassy at Royal Mint Court near the Tower of London for $255 million in 2018. The decision on whether to approve the new embassy was under close scrutiny to concerns about the security implication of the plan, including the location, size, and design of the building. Meanwhile, his fellow Tory MP, Priti Patel, the Shadow Foreign Secretary, says Keir Starmer has sold off our national security to the Chinese Communist Party with its shameful super embassy surrender. So, what do you think? What do you think? Now, looking at when we say NATO and we say, oh, our best friends as a nation is the U.S. and everything, oh, the U.S., now, Trump, we have to massage it, we have to give him a second national state visit and everything, and then looking at the stance that it, like not being stable, today it says that tomorrow it's going to be saying something else. Do you think the UK is making the right decision? Now saying that, look, we know that this man is going to be putting tariffs and tariffs. Let's just go to China and other countries, and then let them have their embassy. We'll be building or whatever. But ladies and gentlemen, has the Prime Minister made a right decision, or the government made a right decision by approving the Chinese embassy? Well, I don't know what Trump is going to be saying about that, but he's saying it seems like his friend is not got a bad bone. What do you think? All right then, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Let's move on. Okay. Let me activate the line now for you. If you want to call in, you don't want to be putting your comment there for us to read, but you want to call in, feel free to do so. Just call in via Teams. Well, and that is Starr Radio UK via Teams, and let us hear from you.
Call the studio now. Call the studio now. Call the studio now.
All right, let's move on to the some of the other stories making the rounds this morning. Thank you once again, sis, for being there and continuing with us. Well, I did talk about the tariff that Trump was looking at, but Trump says he will 100% carry out Greenland tariff threat as EU vows to protect its interests. And that has brought about the Russian leader laughing at Europe. It's interesting. Donald Trump and you think Moscow and Beijing were lying in wait of the costs of the coast of Greenland, ready to pounce to boost their powers in the Arctic. There are Russian destroyers, there are Chinese destroyers, and bigger there are Russian submarines all over the place, President Trump said recently. That is why, according to America's president, U.S. control of Greenland is essential. So how do you think Moscow has reacted to its alleged plot being uncovered and potentially thwarted by a U.S. takeover of Greenland? The Russians can't be pleased, right? Wrong. In an astonishing article, the Russian government paper is full of praise for Trump and critical of European leaders who oppose a U.S. annexation of Greenland. Standing in the way of the U.S. president's historic breakthrough is the stubbornness of Copenhagen and the mock solidarity of intransigent European countries, including so-called Friends of America, Britain, and France, writes Rossiakaya Gazeta. Now, Europe does not need the American greatness that Trump is promoting. Brussels is counting on drowning the U.S. president in the midterm. Now, congressional election on preventing him from concluding the greatest deal of his life. Now, greatest deal? The reporter expelled that what he means is I have to keep reminding myself I am reading the Russian government newspaper, not a pro-Trump publication in America. If Trump annexes Greenland by July 4, 2026, when America celebrates the 250th anniversary of Declaration of Independence, he will go down in history as a figure who asserted the greatness of the United States, writes Rossiakaya Gazeta. Now, with Greenland, the U.S. becomes the second largest country in the world after Russia, surpassing Canada in area. For Americans, that's on par with such planetary event as the abolition of slavery by Abraham Lincoln in 1862 or the territorial conquest of the Napoleonic Wars. If thanks to Trump, Greenland becomes part of America, for sure, the American people will not forget such an achievement. And the Russian reporter has this message for American president: don't you turn. Don't you turn. It is dangerous for the American president to back down from Greenland. This will weaken the position of the Republican Party in the midterm elections and likely result in Democratic majority in Capitol Hill, with the ensuing consequences for Trump. Whereas a rapid annexation of Greenland before the election can change this political trend. And it's quite true if he's able to do that. But then America will be very great, large. But what do you think is going to happen? Are they just doing that to actually poo-poo the efforts of Europe? And with some other information coming through that the Gaza governing board, he is saying that he's invited Belarusian leader, invited Putin, and some others, and saying that everybody pays 1 billion and you become part of it if you want to be part of it. I mean, the reconstruction and everything. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, what a wonderful world we live in. But let's move on from there. It's all coming away from Starr Radio, okay? It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And we're going to be moving on to see what else. Well, Canada's leader, Prime Minister, that's Mark Carney, has gone to sign a deal. Some trade deals, one that has been hanging for a very long time. And he's looking at them, business prospects there, rather than just depending on their next door neighbor, the United States of America. But what do you think? Whew, it's going to be an interesting time, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, 6 minutes to the top of the hour, and we are still bringing you more news. Don't you go away. But like I announced earlier on, the lines are activated. You can share your take with us, whatever it might be. We'll come to that in a moment. Trump's letter to the Norwegian government. So we'll come to that. Just bear with me whilst we go on. Now, the US President Donald Trump says he will tell European leaders we have to have Greenland at this week's forum in Davos, Switzerland. Now, Trump adds there is no going back on his plan, as he says Greenland is imperative for national and world security. Now, EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen calls Trump's tariff threats a mistake, adding that Europe's response will be unflinching, united, and proportional. But what impact would that have? Because if you go and place your troops in Greenland, will you be able to withstand the might, the military might of the US? Well, he also shares a message. He says it's from NATO Secretary General and posted generated images of himself placing an American flag on Greenland. On his social media, Trump shares a message apparently from Emmanuel Macron in which the French president says, I do not understand what you are doing on Greenland. On Saturday, Trump threatened 8 European allies, including the UK and Denmark, with 10% tariff if a deal over Greenland is not reached. But Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, has said that he has no doubt that Washington knows that Russia has nothing to do with Greenland. The Russian foreign minister says there is no proof that Russia will seize Greenland. Lavrov adds Russia will monitor the serious geopolitical situation. So, well, Russia, America takes Greenland, Russia takes Ukraine. What? China takes Taiwan, they already have Hong Kong, and everybody takes whatever they want. India takes Pakistan. Would that happen? Well, North Korea takes what? South Korea. Yeah. It's quite interesting, the world that we live in now. But the question is, what are leaders of various countries, especially the developing ones, doing? Are they thinking, or they are saying that, well, what is happening is never going to happen to us, so let's live our lives? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So again, the question is, why is Trump behaving the way he is behaving? Is he okay? Is he okay? All right then. All right. In other stories making the rounds on the African front, one leader who's lost an election yet, Uganda opposition leader Bobby Wine has said that he's not going to contest the result of Thursday's election in court, citing a lack of confidence in the judiciary, of course, and as instead urging supporters to take to the street to peacefully protest. Now, speaking to Newsnet BBC, he said he will continue to stand up to President Yoweri Museveni, despite concerns for his safety. The judiciary in Uganda is captured, and we encourage Ugandans to use any legal means to fight back. So he's stressed legal means and protect their democracy. The 43-year-old former pop star said Museveni 81 won the vote by a landslide and has accused the opposition of seeking to overturn the result through violence, calling them, if I don't get bad name, terrorists. He got 72% of the vote, while Wine, his closest challenger, got 25%. Now, Wine, whose real name is Robert Kugliani, maintains the results are fake and has cited ballot stuffing without providing any details. But hey, can you say you rule for how many years? 40 years? And you think, yeah, everything I do, the people really like me. Unless, of course, they are getting everything. And even that, I cite this example all the time. You take the typical case of Libya and Gaddafi at the time, who was putting up buildings, residential, and said, go and just live in there. You get married, they said, go, and the women don't have to work and everything, and everybody was living their lives. But because they said, we want to also be voting, we want that kind of democracy, where we go and vote, say we don't want this leader again. So even there, even there, we had undercurrents and stuff like that who were agitating and doing that. So talk less, a country that people who seem to be struggling every day. How can you say for how many 40 years you go to the ballot and you still maintain 75%? Well, did I say more? Let me just be quiet there. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Well, still in Uganda, a very sad one. The health of a jailed Ugandan opposition figure, Kizza Besigye, is failing. His body said on Tuesday after he was driven overnight to a medical facility in the capital of Kampala. Besigye's health has reached a critical and deteriorating state, the people from Front for Freedom said in a statement that has also demanded unrestricted access to Besigye by his personal doctor and family. Besigye, a veteran politician who was Uganda's most prominent opposition figure before the rise of Bobby Wine, is being detained in the maximum security jail in Kampala. He is said to be tried over treason charges he says are politically motivated. It is a tragedy that a man has dedicated his life in the health and freedom of others and is being denied his own right to medical dignity, said a statement by the People's Front Freedom. We hold the regime and the prison authorities fully accountable for his well-being. Touch wood. Now, if he's said to have died today, what can you do to the authorities? They will clamp down. They come upon you like a ton of bricks. So what's the point? But again, somebody will say, without opposition and without that, do you give in? Do you give up? No. The fight goes on. And as I said, aluta continua. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other stories as well, Burkina Faso's former transitional president and the alleged mastermind behind a number of coup plots has been arrested in Togo and expelled. Paul Henry Sandaogo Damiba ousted Burkina President Roch Marc Christian Kabore in 2022 coup, but 8 months later, Damiba was himself overthrown by the military leader Ibrahim Traore, who is still in power. Report says Damiba was arrested in Lomé last week and tried for the attempted destabilization of Burkina Faso. He was then taken to the airport, although his destination hasn't been confirmed. Since going into exile in Togo, Damiba has been accused of numerous coup and assassination plots. Ouagadougou says authorities foiled an attempted assassination of Traore planned for the 3rd of January. A number of alleged conspirators have appeared on state TV claiming to have acted on orders from Damiba. The security officials say Damiba had planned a number of targeted assassinations of civilians and military figures, starting with Traore. So, well, if he is extradited there, what about his supporters? He's not there by himself. He has people that he's plotting with. But well, whatever it is, I'm going to be telling you more about all that as the program or the news breaks through. And let's go to Nigeria, where the Nigerian government or this security, the military are saying that, well, the abduction of how many people in a church in Kaduna is not true. However, more information is saying that that is true as well. So, who is telling the truth? Who is telling the truth this morning? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let me say thank you very much to my producer doing a good yeoman's job there. All right then. So, armed gangs kidnapped at least 163 Christian worshippers after storming 2 churches in Nigeria, northern Kaduna State on Sunday. A member of the clergy said bandits carrying sophisticated weapons attacked the two churches during their Sunday services. Kaduna State Police told Reuters the attackers came in numbers and blocked the entrance of the churches and forced worshippers out into the bush. Reverend Joseph Hayab, head of the Christian Association of Nigeria for the country's north, said on Monday the actual number they took was 172, but 9 escaped, so 163 are with them. Adad Hayab said. The exact number of people abducted remains unclear. Ishaku Dazumi, a traditional chief of Kumin War, said 166 people were seized from the 3 churches in the village during Sunday's service. A lawmaker representing the area at the state parliament, Osman Danlamis Tingo, said that 168 people are still missing. So, is it true that this had happened, or, as we are saying, that Nigerian authorities are saying nothing of the sorts actually took place? Is that true or not? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So in Nigeria, another story that has come through. Well, if you don't go there and just say, well, we think we have too many potholes, so governor, we want you to sort it out. Well, unless of course the person is blocking the roads and causing mayhem. But this time round, not sure about that, but this is a clergy, a member of the clergy. The DSS has detained Ogun pastor over a campaign for good roads as Governor Abiodun clamps down on critics. So you're not doing your work, but you don't want people to criticize you as well. See? But we say we want democracy, but we don't really understand democracy. Okay, so however, unlike previous encounters, the pastor was not allowed to leave the DSS facility and has since been placed under detention, unless of course he's been warned that if you do that again, this is what's going to happen. The Department of State Services has detained Pastor Kayode Olawoye, a cleric and civic advocate who recently became vocal in a public campaign demanding improved road infrastructure across Ogun State. Reporters say that the pastor Oluwole was invited on Monday to the DSS office in Abeokuta to have a chat marking the third invitation extended to him by the secret police. However, unlike previous encounters, the pastor was not allowed to leave the DSS facility and has since been placed under detention. The circumstances surrounding his detention have raised serious concerns among residents who describe the action of a widening pattern of intimidation against citizens, calling attention to governance failures under Governor Dapo Abiodun's administration. Now, Pastor Olawoye, known for his community outreach and advocacy, had in recent weeks intensified his campaign for safer and motorable roads, highlighting the deteriorating condition of key routes across the state and hardship faced daily by commuters, traders, and residents. His calls delivered through sermon, community engagement, and media interventions reportedly drew the ire of authorities. A resident accused Governor Abiodun of presiding over an administration that is increasingly hostile to dissent and accountability. According to multiple accounts, individuals who publicly draw attention to governance lapses, particularly at the local government level, have faced harassment, arrest, or threats. Last year, Governor Abiodun was accused of directing councillors to impeach a local government chairman in Ogun State for insisting on the release of statutory allocation meant for his local council. So what exactly is this governor about? In the Ghanaian policy, there's something that they said Konongokaya. Now, you can't carry. You won't carry. And when somebody wants to carry, you won't allow the person to carry. So you just place yourself in that place, and then you just, anybody who says something contrary to that, you just unleash venom on them. But this is one of the things that will have to get the public rising, because the man of God was speaking on behalf of every one of you. If you fall in a pothole or you go and then your shocks or your suspension is affected or your tire, I mean, what do you think is going to happen there? But wow, ladies and gentlemen, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and we bringing you everything that you need to know. Well, another breaking news that is coming through from Nigeria as well. Former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami has finally surrendered to the operatives of the Department of State Services after days of tension over his stalled bail and security siege at the Kuje Correctional Facility. Now, Sahara reporters previously exclusively reported that the DSS has maintained a blockade around the prison since Malami was granted bail, preventing his release despite his compliance with bail conditions. Although legally entitled for freedom, Malami remained confined in Kuje prison, turning what should have been a routine administrative process into a high-profile standoff. The situation escalated last Friday when Malami's son was arrested while allegedly attempting to leave the prison premises amid a clampdown, a move seen as tightening state control rather than easing it. On Monday, Malami finally surrendered to the DSS 1 week after his bail was stalled, and just hours after activist Omoyele Sowore publicly announced plans to visit Kuje prison to intervene and help secure his release. In early January, information came through that the Kuje prison was placed under tight security with more than 50 DSS operatives deployed to strategic positions around the facility. Sources described the deployment as preemptive move to ensure Malami being held at the facility does not escape an investigation into terrorism related activities, especially after he was granted bail by the Federal High Court in Abuja in his 8.7 billion naira money laundering case. Wow. So when I see this story, it takes me straight to what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when it came to his case as well. So the court says release the person. The DSS says no. We'll try to get some more charges against the person. Will not release the person. Now he's been thrown into some jail up north. But hey, what do you think? When is democracy? I mean, now in the world, I mean, everything is going, man. Well. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Alright then, let's move on to Ghana as well, and let's have a look at some of the stories making the rounds. Now, two stalwarts of the New Patriotic Party have advanced contrasting views on the state's pursuit of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta over matters of accountability during his stewardship. One-time presidential candidate hopeful Dr. Atta Kobena Kennedy says Mr. Ofori-Atta must voluntarily return to Ghana to face the alleged corruption and related offences leveled against him by the state, while a former Attorney General, Ni Ayekwayo Otu, has insisted that the state should go ahead with a trial in absentia if authorities believe the former minister has issues to answer. In separate interview, the two discussed their opinions on the basis of principle, law, and humanity. The context: Mr. Ofori-Atta is currently facing extradition from the U.S., where he remains in detention since officials of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE arrested him on the 6th of January this year. Meanwhile, his American visa has been revoked since July 2025 after Ghana applied for his extradition to face corruption-related charges back home. The US-based Dr. Kennedy states, I think he needs to go to Ghana and answer questions, and my prediction is that he will voluntarily go to Ghana. He said Mr. Furiata's lawyers advised him to return to Ghana where he could be charged and released on bail. Now, this is somebody who has been I don't know whether even if he comes to Ghana now he'll be released on bail, because they know that he is a flight risk, right? If he went to Ghana, they will just charge him and release him on bail. So I think that he and his lawyers sooner or later will come to the conclusion that he's better off going to Ghana as soon as possible, he said. Dr. Kennedy said visa-related issues faced by Dr. Furiata in the U.S. was not going to end now and could leave him in detention for long, stressing that he would, therefore, he better off return to Ghana as soon as possible, since it looked as though he could stay in detention as long as the case remained in litigation. The former Attorney General, however, said while Ghanaian system was still carrying out investigation on the Furiata, there was no need requesting for his extradition to Ghana to face trial. So the investigation was going on, but because the Office of Special Prosecutor then at the time did ask that he appears at the to answer some few questions, and he failed to do so. That is why they are going on that path. But what do you think is going to happen? Ladies and gentlemen, it is Starr Radio UK. Now, interestingly, information coming through from Ghana this morning, I said that over 98% of lands in the country cannot be registered with a title. 98% cannot be registered with a title. The situation makes it extremely difficult for purchasers to properly secure such lands, leaving them vulnerable in land disputes. A justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice Alexander Seitutu, who made a session, explained that only the Greater Accra region, some parts of Kumasi, Kasua, and its environs had been declared as registration districts, with the rest of the country not having that status. He described the situation as unfair and major factors in the incessant land disputes across the country. Now, land title registration provides an indefeasible title as it ensures a state guaranteed title, but under the current legal regime, only lands that fall within areas designated by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources as registered districts can be registered for title. Those outside such districts rely on deed registration. So if you're listening to us and you decide to go and acquire a land and you are facing that, what exactly do you think can be done? Because you have these landowners who are selling the land, they sell it to about 3 people, they sell it, and then this one, another person comes and they says, well, we are the real owners of the land, and therefore you have to now compensate or pay. So you end up buying the land about 3 or 4 times before it becomes yours. But do you think it's about time that they take all these authority from the traditional rulers, so it comes into the state's own hand, and then some monies can be paid to them as and when a land has been sold? Because after all, the country planning is controlled by government, and therefore I don't know whether there are areas, there are some areas where they've not planned. But you know, we live in a place where now the people are ahead, thinking of AI and doing all those things, and far ahead. We are still living back in those years back. So we're not planning ahead. Here, there are demarcations, there are places that will tell you these are Greenlands. Nobody has to touch, not Greenland like Greenland. Nobody has to touch anything. And these are places where they're going to have residential beds, and these are places where they're going to have football pitches or pitches for people to go and exercise or do their training or whatever. This is a place where it's going to be a hospital, and this is a place where it's going to be that. So they plan all those things in advance. And then these are places where it's going to be, let's say, roads. Yeah, construct, and then they're going to say, okay, these are places where it's going to be motorways and stuff. So they plan everything. And then even when they build it, they leave excess lands around it, and they'll come back later on to say that because of traffic congestion and stuff like that. Now on M25 or some places, you go and they've done extensions, and then they moved, and then they expand the roads. But up to now, we've not been able to put things together so that we can be able to say that even lands. It's sad. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to touch on the final story, and then we bring the program to a close for today at 12:20. Election Watch in Ghana is calling for peace and restraint amid rising tensions and reported incidents of violence within the New Patriotic Party ahead of its 31st January flag bearership election. In a statement dated on Monday, January 19, 2026, the Election Observer Group expressed deep concern over what it described as escalating hostility among supporters of rival aspirants. Now, warning that the situation poses a serious threat to the credibility of internal party contest. The group cited disturbing incidents, including reports from Sunyani, where a party supporter identified as Na Toshi was allegedly chased away from a campaign venue and forced to address the public from a vehicle. It also references a separate incident involving the assault of a social media activist by supporters of an opposing camp, as widely reported in the media. Now, these incidents are alarming and unacceptable, undermining the integrity of the electoral process. The organization called on the Ghana Police Service to urgently intervene by convening an emergency meeting with NPP flag bearer aspirants and party leadership to establish clear guidelines and ensure strict adherence to a code of conduct ahead of the elections. Well, I mean, the NPP once was accorded the position as one of the most, there's one story that has broken through as well, one of the most respected when it comes to democracy. But for their own internal elections, if that is happening, then what more? Well, and one headline there, the former health secretary, minister, Dichum, has recounted attacks in a convoy on his way to convoy in Upper East. Well, we know that there's so much happening there, and that's why I'm saying that if the stewards of democracy are doing this, then what? Okay, a final story. Now, reports have emerged that renowned Ghanaian gospel artist Yao Sapong has passed away today, the 20th day of January 2026, after battling a long-term illness. Sources indicate that his health had been fragile in recent years following complications from a stroke. His passing comes shortly after the death of his longtime backing vocalist Mami Tiwa, who died on December 7, 2025. Yao Sapong celebrated his leadership of the group as Sumafo was a towering figure in Ghanaian gospel music. His work over decades produced timeless songs that have influenced generations of musicians and worshippers alike. Confirmation from close family members is still awaited, but tributes are already pouring in from fans and colleagues across the country. That is breaking news that come through this via Starr FM, and therefore I call them the yes. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this has been your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And on that note, let me say thank you very much for tuning in today to listen to us. It's been a pleasure coming your way. Until we come your way tomorrow with the Wednesday edition of the morning show. Oh, don't forget the fact that we'll be taking you to the House of Parliament for the Prime Minister's question time as well. It's going to be with the leader of the opposition calling the Prime Minister stupid as well. Meanwhile, she is clutching the straws because people are defecting from her party to reform. But hey, you got to come here tomorrow to listen to all that. Until I come your way tomorrow, it's been me, your one and only Archie, saying, have a top of the day and bye-bye for now.
Call the studio now.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Thanks for listening.